broken. Fight for what's right, fight for your life.
Okay, so today we're gonna make some Mexican pulled pork carnitas. Biggest difference between your regular Mexican pulled pork and your regular pulled pork is that we are going to soak this for a good 24 hours or so. We're gonna brine it in some citrus. So we're gonna put some nice oranges in there, some orange juice. We're gonna put some lime juice in there. We're also gonna put some onion in that brine. We're gonna put some rub on the meat itself. Hopefully soak all that moisture in. And lastly, you're gonna put some chipotle pepper in there as well. Goya is excellent. Put those in there and it's gonna come out awesome. So right now what we're gonna do with this Boston butt piece of meat, pork shoulder, is we're gonna score the top. We're gonna score the fat side. We're gonna put this on the grill, fat side up. I wanna score it right now so all of those juices really get into the meat. We're not gonna inject it tomorrow. I use a recipe, and I modified a little bit from How to Barbecue Right. I'll show you a little bit how I do that. All right, first off, we're going to score this. We're not gonna go too deep. We're gonna go deep enough so it allows the moisture and everything to get in. So I'm gonna use a good knife. I have a great knife by my friend at Burnt Barrel Designs. All right, so this is what the meat looks like right now at this point. All right, very good. This is exactly what we want. So from here, what we're gonna do is we are going to put some rub on this. So what I'm gonna do is regular, my Be Excellent, Big Eye Rubs, Be Excellent rub. It's your regular basic rub, salt, pepper, garlic. So we're gonna spread this in here. Get this all in these meat crevices. Excellent. And then from there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the new Mexican rub, the El Guapo. That should be coming out and be on sale within the next couple days. So we're gonna use this. Now the biggest thing with Mexican cooking is cinnamon. If cinnamon isn't in the barbecue recipe, then it's not authentic Mexican. All right, so we're gonna put some of this Mexican El Guapo rub on here. We're gonna really get it in there. You don't need to use a lot because don't forget this is gonna be going into a bag for that brine. Make sure to get the sides. Awesome. Make sure to get in there. All right. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use those chilies. All right, right in here, and we're gonna put them right on top. Again, you really want to cut these up, all right, from the can, and you really want to get it inside. All right, you got all of this meat here. You opened it up, so you want to get that flavor all up in there. All right, go on the reverse side here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be putting it into a bag full of brine as well. Awesome. All right, so when all is said and done, this is how your piece of meat's looking. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this into the bag, put all the citrus juices in there, put some onion in there, put some chopped up garlic in there as well. All right. All right, so what we got here is a jumbo 2-gallon hefty bag. These work awesome. All right, so we're gonna put the meat inside. Excellent. From there, we got about a spoonful of minced garlic I'm gonna put in that bag. I've got some chopped up onion I'm putting in there. And then lastly, I got some oranges that I cut up as well. I'm gonna put those in there as well for some additional nice citrus flavor going on. And then lastly, we got your lime juice. You can use regular limes if you like to, as well as lime juice. And then we got your OJ. All right. Pulp, no pulp, doesn't really matter. I prefer pulp with my orange juice, but it's everybody's preference. All right, we're gonna zipper this up. let that soak, let that brine in there. Give it a good 24 hours or so. Take it off, and we'll go from there. And remember, you gotta rub it, you gotta cook it, and then you gotta eat it. Great. Okay, so we let this soak in its juices for actually over 24 hours now at this point. It's actually changed the meat to a nice lighter color. All right, looks really good. What we're gonna do now is gonna pat this thing dry. All right, get anything, excess onions off of there. We just wanna make this as dry as possible. It's been in that liquid. We don't need to inject it. It's got so much liquid in it already at this point. We just wanna pat it dry. If there's a couple peppers still in those crevices, that's fine, not an issue. You can leave those there. They'll add the flavor. But you want to pat this dry as much as possible. Alrighty. Okay. From there, what we want to do is we want to put some rubs on this pork butt now. All right. We're going to do our base rub first, or SPG. Then we're going to add a little bit of that Mexican rub on there. All right, the El Guapo. And lastly, we just want to put some of our brown sugar on that as well, just to give it some color and some bark. That brown sugar actually will make it look really good. All right, so we're going to do that real quick. You're going to make sure to get the sides, get the bottom. All right, nice flavor. Like I said, we're going to use the new El Guapo Mexican rub. Labels should be here this week. Sides. This El Guapo got a nice hint of spice to it. Got some nice cinnamon flavors in there as well. Should be really good. And then lastly, like I said, just for that nice brown bark, that we're gonna put the brown sugar on there too. And there's no exact science to, is this enough rub? Is that enough rub? With this, because we let it soak for so long, like I said, it's gonna be very tender. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put this on a sapphire grill, all right, kind of like a green egg. We're gonna put it on there for about 4 hours or so, around 275-ish. It's cold outside today, so I'm gonna have to watch that temperature. After about 4 hours, we're gonna take it off the grill, put it into a pan. We're gonna put some juices in there, some lime, some orange juice, some oranges, some onions, some garlic, a whole bunch of stuff to make that aroma of the meat get nice and good. And it's gonna tenderize that too, because we're gonna put it in a pan, we're gonna tinfoil it over, and this meat's gonna be really tender, and it's gonna be awesome and delicious. All right? All right, so we got our sapphire grill outside. Clay grill, got it at 275 right now. It's really important to make sure your grill is the temperature you want it to be before you put the meat on. Put everything you want in the grill. For instance, with the grill today, all right, I'm using the smoking aspect. I have a clay plate down, blocking the fire, so there is no direct heat on the meat. It's indirect. Then on top of that, I have a pan filled with water just to keep some moisture. It's snowing out today, so I didn't have to use the the faucet. Just was able to put a bunch of snow in that pan, so that's going to be my my water in there and that moisture. All right, we got a 275. Put some couple apple chunks of wood in there as well. Give it, keep up with that fruit citrus type of flavor. All right, and here we go. We're gonna put the meat on. We're gonna wait 4 hours, and we're gonna go from there. Again, like I stated earlier, we scored the top, the fat part. So we're gonna put the fat part upside. Put that right over that pan with the water. Alrighty. Again, I like cooking fat side up. I feel that the fat melts into the meat, especially with this type of cook. All right, so it's been about 4 hours now. We're gonna take this butt off the smoker. We're gonna put it into our pan, get some juices going in there, some nice citrus flavor, and we're gonna put it back on the smoker for a couple more hours. So it just soaks in those liquids, really gets nice and juicy. All right, well, let's go. All right, so now we have our Mexican pulled pork shoulder right here. It was on the smoker for a good 4 hours. Took it off, put it in this pan. We're gonna put some onions in there for aromatics. We're gonna do some fresh chopped garlic. I got a little bit of fresh cilantro I'm gonna put in there. Then we have our tomato juice. We've got our orange juice. We got some lime, and we got some lemon. We're gonna put all that right in this pan, put some tin foil on top, put it back on the smoker. Let's go. Awesome. Great. Put some OJ in there. You can also put some slices of oranges if you wanted to in here too. It's gonna smell real good.
Clara, we know you're baking.
Right now, a little buddy back up there. Lime juice going in. Got a little lemon juice going in.
Mommy.
Put some on top of there too. Excellent. And lastly, we need a little bit of this fresh cilantro. We're gonna put some in here, put some over there, and that's it. We're gonna put some tin foil on top, and put it back on the grill. All right, so we got the meat back on the grill now. We have this covered up. We've still got water in our pan underneath. Give it that moisture inside still. We have our thermometer looking at it. I want a nice temperature around 200 degrees. The prongs inside. So we're gonna let this cook for probably another hour or so, maybe an hour and a half. And we should be up there. We need about 40 more degrees, so we'll see how we go. We want to keep this temperature still at around 275 while it's smoking. Right, okay, so now what we want to do is we want to make a nice sauce for our tacos. So we have our adobo chilies, we have some fresh cilantro, we have some lime juice, we have our El Guapo Mexican rub, we have some sour cream, and we have some mayonnaise. So what you want to do is you want to do a 2-to-1 ratio of the sour cream to the mayo. All right, so 2 parts sour cream, 1 part mayonnaise. Excellent. Awesome. This is going to be a really good, little spicy sauce to go with your tacos. We just want to do a little pinch of lime juice. Boom. Awesome. I cut up a little bit of cilantro. All right. Probably about a tablespoon's worth. Put that in there. Again, we're going to do a pinch of this Mexican seasoning. All right. El Guapo. Great. And then what we want to do lastly is put those chilies in there. All right, I cut these chilies up already. I'm not going to put a lot, probably about half a tablespoon to begin with. And we're going to go from taste from now on going forward. And I've made this before. It's going to be like a maroon type of color. We'll go a little bit more of the adobo. Awesome. Now that looks good. This is going to be your dressing for your tacos. You can always put some more cilantro in, give it a little bit of more of a kick with some more adobo. If you put too much of the adobo chilies in there, you could just cut it with some more sour cream and some more mayonnaise. And it's a simple fix. Okay, all right, guys. So after we put this in its moisture mix, this is now done. And this is how it should look when it's all good to go. We're gonna take this out of here, put it into the cutting board, we're gonna mix it up, we're gonna get ready to eat some tacos. You smell that? That's the El Guapo. It's on sale now. Come get some.